coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Welcome to the American Airlines Arena, home of the Miami Heat, and a great, great venue for basketball. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Kemba Walker is out there with Lee. Then it's Cody Zeller. Then it's Williams. And it's Batum in at the 3 slot. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Now here's Walker. Lets a floater go. Here's Johnson. Here's Dragic. And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Heat shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And that one falls for Dragic. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Miami on defense. 4-point game. Walker the pass to Batum. Williams a screen on Johnson. Batum dishes to Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Johnson. Tang with the screen for Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Reed from outside. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And Walker kicks to Williams. There's the dish to Lee. Over in the corner, Batum. Zeller, a screen on Wade. Batum attacking. And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he could still stay in to add some strength.
Johnson wide open, he fired. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Lee with the ball. At the elbow, Zeller. There's a screen by Williams. Walker with a clean look. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Wade dishes to Johnson. clock at 6. A floater and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Courtney Lee.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
And that one falls for Johnson. Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Charlotte. So he gets them both.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Now here's Lin. The pass to Williams. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D. Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. Easier said than done, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. Now you see some inspiration.
Now here's Johnson. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. It's Dragic with the drive. He claims that one off the back iron and down it falls.
Love the offensive execution on that possession.
Hornets trail by 5. Outside, Walker. Blocked by Whiteside. Tries to save it, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Here's Williams. He has 5. Then the pass to Zeller, and he gets it to go. Here's Dragic. Pass to Whiteside. Lin against Wade. Back to Whiteside. Out to Wade. It's Wade again missing. Hornets have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Batum with the ball. Wade picks him up. From deep, Walker. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Johnson gets the bucket.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Hornets trail by 6. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Zeller. And Batum kicks to Lin. Williams a screen on Wade. Here's Lin. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated but not undervalued.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. The Hornets shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in this play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He's been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Now, here's Walker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Williams dishes to Batum. Just 4 to shoot. And the Hornets miss again.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective. And I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
Stolen by Jeremy Lin. The feed to Zeller. Outside Batum. Fades. Misses off the left eye.
You know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
Now, here's Batum to the paint. Here's Lin. It's all in by Luol Deng. Johnson against Walker. Right side, the pass to Dragic. Three-pointer. They grabbed their own miss.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Now, here's Walker. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Dragic. 3-point lead. Shot to end this cold run. Here's Whiteside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch. Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals. But he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Some changes here for the Heat. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Josh McRoberts comes in for Luol Deng. And Winslow subbed in for Johnson. And then for Charlotte, Jefferson's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Williams. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Kemba Walker. And G.A., as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season. And it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
Now here's Stoudemire, and that one's good. And the Heat lead by 4.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
Jefferson, a screen on Dragic. Lin against Dragic. Lin kicks to Jefferson. Kaminsky dishes to Lin. Screen by Jefferson. Lin the pass to Jefferson.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
The Hornets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
He's off on the second.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Well, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the play.
There's Winslow. That's it, coming off an assist from Hornets. Now it's a 7-point Heat lead. And Jefferson never making an all-star team. He's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the all-star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Al Richardson, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Wide open look. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Outside, Wynn. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. That's the Heat on the break. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
That's good from Richardson.
Well, we know until last season the Heat had been the kings of the Southeast Division. They won 4 straight division titles, but all of that changed last season.
And Richardson drops them both. The Heat struggled in their own division last year, ended up 3rd in the group, but went a measly 6-10 in conference play.
And listen, they knew it was going to be difficult without LeBron, and especially with the injuries they faced. The Heat still have the most division titles among the Southeast teams with 7. Need to work hard, though, to add to that mark in coming years.
Here's Richardson after Al Jefferson scored. Here's the screen, and it's Dragic off the drive. It's deflected. Here's Lynn. Count it. A second make in 4 attempts. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. .51 left in the first quarter of the game. Richardson kicks to Dragic. He feeds it to Winslow. Fires the 3. Batum grabs the miss. Charlotte's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. 13 feet away. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Here's Richardson. Finishes with a slam.
A strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Then the pass to Batum. Pass to Jefferson. And that one comes up a bit short.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed good. So although the weather was fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said. Thank you.
Obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Hornets trail by 6. Over to the wing. Here's Lamb. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Now, here's Richardson. Guarded closely. Dragic dishes to Stoudemire. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
So far in the game, he's 0 of 2 at the line. First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Heat lead by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Jeremy Lin out there with Marvin Williams. And there's Kemba Walker. Then it's Lee. And it's Kaminsky in at the center position.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
He's off on the first. Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
Yeah, and they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
Charlotte making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. And he sinks the second.
And last season, the Hornets ended with only 14 road wins. Even when they made the playoffs in 2014, they weren't a team that traveled well. It's something the team needs to figure out in order to get back into the postseason.
Pick by Zeller. 5 on the clock. The baseline J. And right side sends it back. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Lee against Wade. And that one is stuck right through.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And the Heat making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
And, as you mentioned, the road record for the Hornets was not that good. I mean, they really struggled late in the year when they seemed to almost give up. They lost their last 7 road games and 9 of their last 10.
Now here's Dragic. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. 9.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And Lamb kicks to Walker. Gets a very good look and converts. Walker's got his first basket. Dragic against Walker. And it's Dragic off the drive. Dang gets a wide open look. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 8th assist in the game. And Walker kicks to Williams. He dishes it to Lee. Feeds to Lamb. Williams, a screen on Johnson. Outside Williams. Connects from 3-point range. Williams has got 8.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They got to get a hand in the face.
Walker against Dragic. Dishes it to Lamb. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Heat.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Zeller against Whiteside. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Dragic. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Dwayne Wade.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assistant.
That's good from Kemba Walker. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And so Walker nails both of them.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. Good ball movement here by Miami. There's the pick. Passes to Johnson. Shot misses. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Outside, Walker. That's good. Walker's got 6 points.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
To the inside, Johnson. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pick by Lee. Zeller, a screen on Dragic. Walker against Dragic. 6 to shoot. Fires from the wing. Again, the miss by Walker.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Right side a screen. And it's Dragic off the drive. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Walker after the Heat pick up 2. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the leap. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
The first one falls. Just thinking again about Kemba Walker's field goal percentage, Greg. You were talking about shot under 40%, Clark, from the floor last year.
Yeah, and I think so much of shooting percentage is a function of shot selection. That's 3 out of the last 4 seasons now, under 40% for Kemba. In order to be an elite point guard, that number's got to go up.
Kemba Walker hits them both. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Here's Walker after Joe Johnson's score. Walker dishes to Lee. Kicks to Zeller. Out left to the wing. Jefferson against Whiteside. There's Walker with the 3, but they recover it. And the Hornets miss again.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
A good look from Dang. Walker with the rebound.
You know, guys, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Now here's Walker. 8 points for him. Williams gets the bucket. The Heat have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Richardson against Lee. Right side a screen. Here's Richardson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
The first one falls.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for the Heat. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. And Richardson drops them both. And for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that and were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injury.
It's deflected. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And watching Al Jefferson over the years, he can be dominant and be efficient in doing it. For all the points he's piled up, he's always been around a 50% shooter. And for all the times he's handled the ball, his turnover rate is relatively low. So that's giving your team good quality possession.
And he makes the first. Talking about Jefferson, it's not just his efficiency with the scoring. He's efficient, Clark, with his time on the floor. He's always producing a block shot here, a steal there, of course. All the rebounds. He covers every base.
Yeah, the data analytics folks rely on percentages to measure efficiency. But just as important as overall production per minutes played, Big Al excels there. You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Here's Dragic with an assist. This trip down, he'd have 10.
Controlling the show and making some really nice passes.
He's got terrific court vision, and he just sees the play as it unfolds. He plays chess while everyone else is out here playing checkers.
Now here's Stoudemire. Johnson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25 and 27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
Kaminsky is checked in for Williams. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Out to Lee. Launches a 3. The Hornets rebound. Tries yet again. Jefferson's shot is off.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
It's Dragic with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
First one falls for him. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3 or just taking it to the rack himself.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense, very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
And that one's good. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, but they've also protected the paint extremely well. You see that in their block shot totals, but also they've altered a lot of shots. And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
Johnson's shot is off.
Well, in the film session, they'll say that was a well-challenged shot.
Lynn kicks to Kaminsky. On the wing, Batum. Here's Jefferson. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Now, here's Batum. They need this from 15 feet away. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Jefferson.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Dragic against Land. Stoudemire, the screen. Richardson for 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
Different look for Miami. Winslow comes in for Joe Johnson. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Land. 5 points in the game. And it's Lee penetrating. Outside for Jefferson. Clock at 6. Back to Lee. And stolen by Richardson. The dish now to McRoberts. Wade outside. From deep. McRoberts misses. Hornets trail by 11. Lynn with it. There's a good screen. Kaminsky the pass to Lee. Outside Batum. Clock at 6. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Lamb is jumped in for Courtney Lee. For Charlotte, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Heat leading by 8. Here's Richardson. He's got 9. With some arc. Winslow's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Batum kicks to Jefferson. Miami grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Winslow dishes to Wade. Richardson against Lang. Richardson the pass to Wade. He kicks it to Winslow. 4 on the shot clock. Teardrop shot. Another shot. And Stoudemire lays it in. Stoudemire's got 6.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Outside, Wynn. Over in the corner, Batum. And shot on the way. Cannot hit. Well, he'd go the other way with it.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those when he misses when he's got that much room. Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Jefferson, a screen on Richardson. Here's Lynn. And Winslow pulls it down.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The pass to McRoberts. Here's Wade. And it's Miami with another.
Well, I love to see D-Wade shoot the ball.
And that does it for the first half of play. Miami ahead. They lead by 14. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what do you think?
They're not taking the soft approach to this game, fellas. They're playing physical. Just look at how many times they've gotten to the line by being active, driving the lane, and drawing contact. It's gotten them points at the stripe. It's gotten defenders off balance. They've been the more aggressive team tonight by far.
And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchups because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
Well, that's all for now, as it looks like the second half is just about ready to get started. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. What can you say? Joe Johnson, an impressive effort here today.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Hornets trail by 14.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Staying out there with Johnson. And it's Whiteside in its center. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody, but you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And it's Walker penetrating. The rebound by Johnson. As you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Right side a screen. Wade drives in. Puts it up from 12. And he hits the jumper for 2. Wade's got the lead up to 14 now for the Heat. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Zeller, a screen on Dragic. Williams for 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. And here's Walker. He's got 8. Lee outside. Pass to Batum. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. Again, Batum missing.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
The drive by Wade. Batum with the steal. Dang against Walker. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Batum wide open. He fires. Here's Zeller, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Zeller's got his second basket of the game.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Johnson. It's Dragic with the drive. Down low. Batum with the steal. Williams, a screen on Wade. Here's Walker. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Walker's got 10 points in the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season. He was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
The Heat leading by 10. We saw that wrist bother Batum all season long. His shooting numbers down drastically. Clark, a major blow for him.
And you know what? The league might have to look at that. I mean, Sanders got a one-game suspension, but is that really enough to discourage that kind of reckless foul? It's a thin line. I think it's worth further. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Well, one thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does, and Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
Hornets trail by 12.
And for Wade, when it comes to being clutch, a lot of it is experience. I mean, it's not just during the playoffs. He knows when to step up in the fourth quarter during the regular season. Very productive in the fourth quarter from a scoring standpoint.
Now here's Batum. The kick out to Williams. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Wade at the elbow. Here's Dragic. Williams with the block. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And Walker kicks to Zeller. Shot is off. Dragic with some nice D.
Wade averaged 7 points in the fourth quarter of last season. That was 3rd most in the NBA. A big part of it is how he can create his own shot. When the game is on the line, you want him on the floor with the ball in hand.
Whiteside, 6 points for him. Outside Dragic, 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Taken away by Williams.
Just a sloppy quarter of basketball. Turnovers now becoming an issue.
Like missing breakfast, bruh. Eventually it's going to cost you.
Now here's Walker. 10 points for him. The feed to Williams. Fires from the line. Here's Zeller. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Zeller's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Dragic. Walker with some nice D.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Now here's Batum, picked by Williams. And Batum kicks to Zeller. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Pretty passive. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Wade dishes to Johnson. A baseline J. And Lou Eldang gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too, so nothing subtle about that one.
Here's Lee. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Left side, Walker. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Dragic kicks to Dang. Johnson outside. Takes the 13-footer and too long on the shot.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Sellers setting the pick for Lee. He feeds it to Williams. Miami grabs the miss. Led by as many as 14 points. And it's Wade penetrating. Count that one. Wade's got 6 here in this quarter.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now, here's Walker. 12 points for him. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Dang. Dragic against Walker. Outside Dang. On deep. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 9 points for Luol Deng. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Miami.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work. D-Wade with an excellent pass there.
Hornets trail by 15. Outside, Walker. Again, the miss by Walker. He'd have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Johnson against Lee. Here's Whiteside, and he lays it straight in. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
There's Walker with the 3, and it's Walker again missing. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets had a dreadful offense. Worst effective field goal percentage, Clark, in the league. Effective field goal percentage being your field goal percentage with the value of the shot factored in. Again, more analytics for us to look at.
Yeah, and this is a way to break down that analytic in an abbreviated fashion. Field goal percentage is a pretty good indicator of how good your offense is.
It's tipped.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And for the Hornets, they're league worst in terms of field goal efficiency. And for the Hornets, their league worst effective field goal percentage means they didn't take a lot of threes, and they still missed a ton of shots. And guys, that's a recipe for disaster.
And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Lee against Wade.
Here we go, Dwayne.
Back to Whiteside. Batum against Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. The 19-foot shot, and there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Johnson. And 11 points for Luol Deng.
Well, I tell you, you take a look at the Hornets roster from last year, and a lot of players shot under 40% from the floor. Not end of the rotation guys either. I mean, players that saw heavy minutes, just casting up brick after brick.
Now here's Walker. He's got 12. Lee outside. From deep, Williams. And another 3 for Charlotte. The Heat leading by 16. Pass to Whiteside. Heat moving the ball around. And it's Wade penetrating. That drops. Wade's got 8 points in the quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle with their offensive end.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Take a look at what Kemba Walker's done. 12 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. That's good from Kemba Walker. A different look for Miami. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Joe Johnson. And it's Richardson in for Goran Dragic. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson is checked in for Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Lamb is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Courtney Lee. Kemba Walker hits them both. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. Now here's Wade. He's got 14. It's Richardson on the wing for the three. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 4 assists in the game.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now here's Kaminsky. They set the pick. Back to Walker. Shot clock at 5.
Good D.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that shot, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. One of the more recognizable names in the draft this year from Wisconsin, Frank Kaminsky, mostly because of his play, his terrific play at the college level, Clark.
Player of the year in college basketball, Frank the Tank led the Badgers to a chance at the national championship. They came up short against Duke, but he showed himself to be a leader and a multi-skilled big man.
And guys, with Kaminsky, he has all the intangibles. You know, wasn't selected higher because of maybe a lack of athleticism. But this is a kid who is a winner through and through, and I think has a tremendous upside in terms of his NBA future.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And, you know, sometimes people, to me, look too much at what a player can't do instead of what they can do. Kaminsky has legit height and is extremely skilled as a power forward. Won't blow you away with anything, but I think he'll contribute in the NBA for a long time.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
They're trying to work it inside here, and they've had a little bit of success as they try to cut into that deficit. And getting it inside is one way to try to chip away at it. Jeremy Lin has been getting it done. He's got 8 points and 4 assists.
And with the ball in his hands, he's made terrific passes, but also when he's gotten to the line, he's been consistent as well.
Yeah, I like that combination, guys. I mean, going to make your coach happy when you're getting it done in those areas, taking care of the ball, finding your teammates, and then knocking down free throws. Those are winning things.
Now, here's Wade. 14 points for him. Just 3 to shoot. Winslow's shot is off.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Heat lead by 15. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. So it's Miami now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. On the floor for Charlotte, we've got Jeremy Lamb. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Kaminsky in at the 4. Now here's Lamb in a wide open look for Lin. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Lin's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hornets. The Heat leading by 13. Wade with it. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Lynn the pass to Lamb. Shoots from the baseline. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 5 assists in the game. And Miami shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Richardson dishes to Wade. For the basket is 8 for 13 from the floor.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Right side, high post. Wade outside. Right side, a screen. Now here's Dang. He's guarded closely. Clock at 4. Fast break. Here they come. Goes up. And Jefferson throws it down.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Wade kicks to Dang. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Walker. Lamb up top. Jefferson, a screen on Wade. Shot clock at 6. No good from Lamb. The Heat leading by 11. Wade passes to Richardson. Right side, a screen. Good ball movement here by Miami. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Feeds to Batum. From outside the arc. And another 3 for Charlotte. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Wade outside. Right side, a screen on Walker. Richardson. And he connects. The screen did the trick. And the Heat lead by 10.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Lamb. Down low. Jefferson.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
fun. No doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times, a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. Marvin Williams is checked in for Charlotte. Lee comes in for Jeremy Lamb. Hornets trail by 11. And here's Walker. He dishes it to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. And Batum kicks to Williams. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Dragic dishes to Wade. Shoots from the high post. And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Wade. That's 12 points now in the game for Hassan Whiteside. Hornets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Walker the pass to Williams. Again, the Hornets score.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Miami leading by 9. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Lee with the steal. Dishes to Batum. Jefferson, a screen on Johnson. 4 on the clock. He's got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And that's 15 points for Al Jefferson. The Heat have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Rebound by Williams.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
Williams sends a screen for Walker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
The thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
And so he makes both from the line. The Heat leading by 5. Pass to Whiteside. Wade against Lee. A drive by Wade. And again, it's the Heat missing. Hornets have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Lee against Dragic. Kicks to Whiteside. Johnson outside. Releases, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Kemba Walker picks one up. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season, averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable. And for the most part, he was after those incidents.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second-best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck. It's been a nice game for Jefferson. He's got 16 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
That one misses. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. Still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Hornets trail by 8. Williams, a screen on Dragic. Walker goes in. And a wide open look for Lee. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
Now here's Jefferson after Dwayne Wade's miss. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Jefferson's got 11 points in the quarter. The Heat leading by 6. Wade dishes to Dragic. Deng a screen on Walker. Williams comes with a double team. Deng passes to Johnson. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Lee kicks to Walker. Williams a screen on Dragic. Walker goes in. Here's Jefferson. Powered down with both hands.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
You know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Now here's Deng. Shot clock at 6. Dragic dishes to Johnson. And that one's good. Johnson's got 20 points.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Hornets trail by 6. Now Walker. Inside, Williams. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
What a game we've seen here for Williams. He has 9 rebounds, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today. It's really spaced the floor.
That's good from Williams. Both free throws good for Williams. Now here's Dragic. The dish to Whiteside. He kicks it to Johnson. They set the screen. Whiteside a screen. Expanding his range. And it's Wade. That time on the assist by Johnson. And that's now 19 points for Dwayne Wade. Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running things through Jefferson. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Johnson outside. Misses the three. Hornets trail by 7. Batum passes to Walker. Here's Jefferson. And he can't bank that one in. Wade kicks to Dang. Outside Dragic. Jefferson with the double team. Here's Whiteside. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Shot's good by Walker.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low. Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Dragic gets to Wade. Back to Dragic for 3. And that one's good. And the Heat lead by 10.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off. So why not? You can't be pleased with all these easy looks. They continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Walker against Dragic. Outside, Walker. Got a piece of it. And taken away by Johnson. 1:33 left in the 4th quarter. And the pass to Whiteside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. 17 rebounds and 4 blocks. He's been an intimidator down low. Even if a shot gets over him, he's pulling down the board.
And Clark, he's just in a total zone right now. We talk about zones for shooting. This guy is in a zone in terms of controlling the paint.
And the first one drops.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Zeller, he's checked in for Charlotte. And both free throws good from Whiteside. 1:27 left in the 4th quarter. Outside, Walker. pass to Lee. Just 5 on the clock. The feed now to Zeller. Outside, Batum. That one a little long. And he's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Heat.
Clark, this is a physical game.
Yeah, but the awareness they had offensively to penetrate really was the difference.
And as usual, great numbers and a dominant display for Whiteside. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Dragic with it. Whiteside sets the bid for Dragic. No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Johnson against Batum. He feeds it to Zeller. There's Lee with the 3, kept alive. Outside for Batum. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. Made all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Well, this was fun for us to watch, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
When you talk about Whiteside, you're talking about a guy capable of putting up 20 every single night. We've seen him do that more than a few times, and he's going to keep doing it. His rebounding is fantastic. He's always around the ball. And his timing is outstanding. This guy has great shot blocking instincts.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.